I'll give you kind of an explanation from what I've learned from Rajarshi Nandi and all the Tantra guests we've had on the show. What Sanatan Dharma Hinduism says about Tantra is that, hey, the end goal is human evolution, which is very far away. So if you get into practice, it's going to take you lifetimes. You're going to be reborn and you're going to have to continue your practice from where you left off. But the end goal is to become one with divinity. Okay, what the West calls God.
Yeah.
Now, in order to get to that process, you need to utilize mantras and yantras, which will help you evolve up till that point. And that is supposed to be the goal for anyone who's born in a Hindu family. Most Hindus don't know about this because people have not understood the essence of Tantra. But they say that towards the journey to that goal, when you're using the mantras and the yantras, what ends up happening is that you are blessed with, for lack of better words, superpowers like Siddhis. Your mind keeps evolving. And in our faith, it's said that these are just distractions to test you. The universe tests you. They say that, oh, here's the ability to have a heightened intuition. Here's the ability to have a calm mind. Here's the ability to bend reality. You snap your fingers and there might be a flame coming out of your hand at a very high level. But these are all distractions to test you against your desire for the divine. Do you still want the divine? Do you still want to reach God? If you do, great. If you don't and you get caught up in the arrogance of the superpowers of the Siddhis, you're going to fall. So it's a great way of looking at it is like the game Snakes and Ladders. So as you keep playing, at certain points in your evolution, you'll see a ladder. That's great for you if you've been very disciplined and faithful with your practice. But then at certain points over the course of your own spiritual journey or your life, you're going to be tested. And if you fail those tests, if you become arrogant, if you stop practicing, if you harm other people, because karma plays a huge role in this whole process. So if you have bad intention with this process and you become very powerful, you use it negatively, that's like touching a snake on that Snakes and Ladders game, and then you go down the board. You go down the spiral. This is a fair understanding of what I have gained from doing countless Tantra episodes. But what would you like to say anything about what I've just said?
I think it's a completely understandable perspective. We are not chasing siddhis, particularly in Western magic, although we are having some of the experiences that you would recognize as siddhis occurring within practitioners. Magic in the West has gone through various stages. So there was a period when there was a lot of thought about this evolution towards Godhead, particularly using the model of the Kabbalah, the Jewish system, where there is a tree of 10 spheres and one moves through the spheres upwards towards Godhead. And as you move towards Godhead, you go through different challenges, and there are different siddhis that occur on that process. And that was very much, it was very much the idea of a spiritual evolution of the practitioner. A lot of the focus in Western magic has changed to looking at the specifics of practice rather than looking at the specifics of a spiritual development. So you will find that Western practitioners will present a whole range of approaches to this. Some will say, not using this term, not using the Indian terms, but they will say this is about the siddhis, and they're interested in the siddhis, and it's very easy to see individuals who become trapped in chasing those things. Like there are problems with that. But I think people have become somewhat reticent about talking about spiritual development, which is somewhat of a dirty word. There's been such a shift to talk about the practices and the rituals that there's less focus on the goal. For me personally, I think that's a mistake. I think we are engaged in a process of human evolution. I think you find that the best of Western magicians are interested in human flourishing. They're interested in us evolving. They're interested in us becoming the next iteration of humanity. And those ideas that you spoke of evolution through lifetimes, personally, I'm interested in more of the lightning path. I'm here to do my work, and then I will go. Whereas you will find other people in the Western tradition who have taken on the ideas of reincarnation and are seeing themselves working through a chain of lives. But those ideas of reincarnation, which were very, very, very popular in the Indian influence, kind of like Victorian period of magic, they're less popular. They've shifted more into the New Age, simply because a lot of the people who talk about past lives tend to be quite deluded individuals. They tend not to be particularly serious individuals. They tend to think, I was Cleopatra or I was Napoleon, or, and there's a sense of grandiosity that comes in with that. But I think anyone who's engaged in these practices will have had some past life experiences. But I think all of us are looking at love, life, liberty, light as what our work is aimed at.
Okay. So the nucleus of your practice as well as your mind as an occultist is, hey, stay in the moment, do your best as a practitioner.
Yeah.
Because that's how you move forward in the snakes and ladders game.
Yeah.
Are you moving forward to a particular point?
Not necessarily.
It's just about the practice.
Yeah.
This is a very healthy version of Tantra. This is what I've had a lot of my spiritual mentors tell me as well, that just be concerned with doing your best with your discipline, your sadhana.